attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance, a full-service corporate securities and business transactions law firm. Today is the continuation in a LawCast series detailing the OTCQX listing requirements. The OTC Markets recently amended the requirements related to its corporate governance eligibility criteria for U.S. companies applying to the OTCQX in conjunction with an initial public offering. The amendment will allow a phase-in period to satisfy full compliance with the corporate governance requirements. The corporate governance amendments apply to U.S. and U.S. premier applicants only and not to international applicants. Effective January 1, 2016, to list on the OTCQX, U.S. companies are required to have a minimum of 2 independent board members, have an audit committee comprised of a majority of independent directors, and conduct an annual shareholders meeting and submit annual financial reports to shareholders at least 15 calendar days prior to such meeting. The new amendments, which went into effect June 13, 2016, allow for a phase-in for compliance with these requirements for companies making application to the OTCQX in connection with its initial public offering and initial Form 211 application to FINRA. In particular, at least one member of the board of directors and the audit committee must be independent at the time of the OTCQX application, and at least 2 members of the board of directors and a majority of the members of the audit committee must be independent at the later of 90 days after the company begins trading on the OTCQX or the company's next shareholder meeting. Moreover, the company's next shareholder meeting must be held within 1 year of the company joining the OTCQX. In the next few LawCasts, I will give a complete summary of the OTCQX listing requirements as in effect in August 2016, including both the January 2016 and June 2016 amendments. The OTCQX divides its listing criteria between U.S. companies and international companies, though they are very similar. The OTCQX has 2 tiers of quotation for U.S. companies. The OTCQX U.S. Premier, which companies would also be eligible to quote on a national exchange, and the OTCQX U.S. It also has 2 tiers for international companies, OTCQX International Premier and OTCQX International. Quotation is also available for American Depository Receipts or ADRs, or foreign ordinary securities of companies traded on a qualifying foreign stock exchange, and an expedited application process is available for those companies. The OTCQX also has specific listing requirements and rules for banks. OTC Markets also has discretionary authority to allow quotation to substantially capitalized acquisition entities that are analogous to SPACs. I'm securities attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance and producer of LawCast. Should you have any questions about today's topic, please visit securitieslawblog.com and lawcast.com or contact me directly. Inquiries of a technical nature are always encouraged.